One last important political story before we put this primary to bed. The two men who will go on against one another in November to be selected to be the next Hennepin County attorney, with Mary Moriarty bowing out after her term. That job is going to go to either State Representative Cedric Frazier or former Acting U.S. Attorney Anders Folk. Here's Lou Raguse with that race.
People will speculate.
After Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty announced 1 year ago she would not seek re-election, State Representative Cedric Frazier was the first to declare his candidacy. And now he's the front-runner in the race, receiving 36% of the primary vote, nearly 32,000 more votes than former Acting U.S. Attorney Anders Folk.
We won quite convincingly to come in number one out of the top two last night. We're going to continue to work the campaign the same way, and we feel like we're going to do just the same thing in November.
Folk points out a detail within the numbers that gives him optimism. Third-place finisher Diane Krenz was a lifelong prosecutor, as was fourth-place finisher How Wynn, a resume detail Frazier lacks.
Well, I thought it was really interesting. 58% give or take of Hennepin County voters thought that they needed a prosecutor to be the Hennepin County attorney. I think they're ready to have the chief prosecutor of Hennepin County be a prosecutor.
The job of the Hennepin County attorney is to prosecute crimes. Frazier has never prosecuted a case, but he says his resume is much broader, working as a public defender and a school district and labor attorney before holding public office. Asked what's different from Moriarty, a former public defender herself, Frazier says he has lived experiences in communities that don't feel protected by the legal system and that he has positive relationships with law enforcement partners.
I'm bringing in built-in relationships that I've cultivated almost a decade of public service as a city council member and as a state representative. I already have relationships with law enforcement and associations that represent them. We've worked on things together to move the state forward and to move communities forward within the county. I'm bringing that forward, and that is very different.
While Folk says Frazier is a continuation of Moriarty, while he is the change candidate, with experience as a federal prosecutor and leading the U.S. Attorney's Office for 8 months before Andy Lugar was appointed.
I'm somebody who's been a career prosecutor. I've done the hard work in the trenches. I know how difficult these cases are and how to build them the right way, and he has never done that work. Cedric Frazier got Mary Moriarty elected. He was instrumental in getting her in that office. He's been a supporter of hers. She supports him, and as we've been very clear, we're here for change and to change the direction of that office.
In 2022, Moriarty was able to build on her support after a commanding primary win. The question now, whether Frazier can do the same or if Folk can consolidate support. Lou Raguse, KARE 11 News.
For more perspective, in 2022, Mary Moriarty won the primary by 19 percentage points. Then the general election, she won by 16.